So our first guest is Sam Sabet, who is the Executive Vice President of Product Development and Chief Technology Officer at Shure. He's been helping to lead the way in staying ahead of industry trends and shaping the development of future audio technologies to meet the needs of our dynamic work and life environment. So, Sam, thank you so much for joining us on today's show.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm glad to be here.
How is it going for you so far on your second day?
Oh, it's great. You're absolutely right. This place never ceases to amaze me. It's so busy. It's so vibrant. We've had a lot of interactions with new and old friends and customers. It's been great.
Oh, wonderful. So walking around this massive show and having over 8 halls to go through, if you're able to do all 8, I will give you a cookie. And over tens of thousands of attendees, coming all over the globe. How does your organization, how do they prepare for a show like this? I would assume, it takes a village. That saying would work really well for a show like this, but how do you guys get prepared?
You're absolutely right. It is a village, and that village happens to come from all over the world. We've got teams coming from everywhere you can imagine. We've been working feverishly getting the booth ready. The engineers have been polishing the last things on our products, and we've stacked the fridge with energy drinks, and we're all ready to go.
We'll be stopping by your booth often.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be necessary after the day we've had. So let's get down to it. I really want to know how Shure is driving innovation in the AV industry. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Absolutely. So, Shure has always been a leader in innovative solutions in the audio world, and this year is no exception as well. We've introduced a lot of new products. But it's not so much about the products. We have a very, very user-centric design process. We focus on the end customer, and that's really what drives our innovation, right? I like to say also that, at Shure, innovation doesn't belong to one group. It's everybody's business, it's everybody's job in the company. And so every one of us is thinking about, what'll make our end users' life easier next.
Great stuff.
Wonderful. And as a newbie to the AV industry, I'm always hearing some new technology. It feels like it's almost weekly. So I'm sure it's hard to stay on top of all of that. But what recent advancements in audio tech have you found to be really exciting? And how do you see them shaping the future of our industry?
So, I'm going to use a word that's a buzzword in the industry today, and it's AI, of course, right? Everybody's a buzz with it, everybody's talking about it, but in the audio world, it's really having a real impact on our end user experiences. Shure is no stranger to innovating in the AI world. We've been working on algorithms for years. We've introduced new ones in our IMEX room. We've added a lot of new products that kind of make a seamless experience to our customers, whether they're conferencing or whether they're in hybrid meetings. And let's be honest, the hybrid world has completely changed how we do business, and it's really something that's shaped everything we do today.
Yeah, just to go back a little bit to the driving of innovation, because I was really interested in what you were saying there, and obviously the pandemic caused us to lose a lot of things like these kind of events. Luckily we're back, we can run these kind of things, but I'm sure the pandemic itself accelerated some of the innovations that you had to make. Can you tell us about how that worked at Shure?
No, absolutely. As I said, innovation was always happening, and we were going to head in this direction no matter what. But I think we just, put it on steroids at this point with the pandemic. And I have to give credit where credit is due. The industry really pivoted and found solutions that were really innovative to make it easier for people to work. I don't think we missed a beat during the pandemic, right? It was amazing how people got together and still continued to do their work. And Shure was no stranger to that. We were in the forefront of that, so whether it's the pandemic or today's world where hybrid is here to stay, people are really never going to be 100% on site anymore,
yeah.
Right? And so having the solutions that allow for a seamless experience, for this immersive experience inside a meeting where half of the people are on site, where the rest are at home or all over the world, it's really in the forefront of everything we do today, right? And the most important thing there, obviously, is audio quality, right? You can't have a conversation or you can't have a meeting without great audio where you can understand what's happening, you can pick up on all the inflections and all the nuances of the meeting, and that's really what we're all about today.
Yeah.
Well, one things I'm sure of, yes, make that joke, I had to do it, is that Shure is known in the industry for providing, high quality audio products and producing reliable and innovative equipment. So how do you ensure compatibility, reliability, and making sure that your products are user friendly?
So, when we were talking about innovation, is that it's all about the user focus, right? So if you put yourself in the user's shoes and you think, what would make this an amazing experience? That's really where we head to. On top of that, you have to think about, an end user is dealing with a lot of technologies, whether it's video, audio, getting the meeting running. And so being able to integrate all that and work, compatibility is really important, right? You're at the end of the day, that end user who's having a meeting, a hybrid, on-site, whatever it is, needs to be able to just press a button and have it work. And so that's really what we focus on. We have great partnerships with a lot of the industry leaders, and we will continue that to make it, as I'm going to use the word again, as seamless as possible, right? Because that's really what it's all about.
For sure, and you've touched on this already, but just to reinforce that point, how important is user-centric design when it comes to Shure, when it comes to the flexibility and the ease of use of your products?
Yeah, so we actually, there's two camps or areas that we need to focus on when we talk about our users, right? There's our end users, who are the customers who are in meetings every day. And they're absolutely important. And as I mentioned, every decision we make in terms of ease of use is really around what's going to make them the most effective at doing their job. But in addition to that, our users are also the integrators and installers and the people who have to get the systems up and running in a short period of time. So your example about what we did during the pandemic is very apropos, right? Because we had a very short period of time where we had to deploy a whole bunch of systems and make them work seamlessly again. I keep using that word because it is integral, right? It's all technology only works when it's behind the scenes and the user can concentrate on their job. So anyway, to attack both of those, not only do we have features that make life easier for the end user, but we also have to do the same thing for integrators and installers. And we're putting a heavy focus on that today with our cloud offerings, with a lot of our tools that kind of redefine how you deploy meeting spaces.
Definitely, yeah.
And so customers' needs, they're always fluctuating, right? Similar to our own environments. So how do you anticipate the evolving demands and expectations of your consumers, and how does that impact the development of your future audio technologies at Shure?
So, user feedback is very important to us. We try to engage with our end customers, and there's no better place to do that than here, right? It just dealing with the customers today and having these conversations has been amazing. It's been a great experience. Getting that feedback in real time and being able to understand what their needs are, what the use cases are, and in our market, in this industry, the use cases are constantly changing, right? People are still trying to figure out today what's the most efficient way to work. Spaces are changing, needs are changing. People are deciding whether they should be in the office, whether they should be home. But we want to be able to address all of those concerns. And so engaging with the end customer immediately and continuously, one of our highest priorities.
Yeah, for real. And how much of a consideration is cybersecurity? Because again, you mentioned that AI is a bit of a buzzword. Cybersecurity as well, like in a world where everything's connected, it needs to be kind of thought of. How important is that over at Shure?
Absolutely. And I mentioned also, we're offering cloud offerings that simplify the workflow for our customers and our integrators. Well, anytime you introduce those sets of features, at your foreground, we should be thinking about how do we make sure that's secure as well, right? It's a very important topic, and we've been continuously improving that, and we work with lots of customers to make sure that we address all of the industry standards. But it's always an evolving field, and we're very much ahead of it today.
Definitely. Sam, thank you so much for joining us today. If people want to find out more while they're at the show, where's your booth?
Oh, absolutely. So I would love to see you there. Our booth is 3N as in Nancy, 300. Hope to see you there soon.
Top notch. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Thank you.